Hello. It's Wednesday, the 31st of December, 2025. We're about to say goodbye to another year. Welcome along to the channel, The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games. But as always, it's not my story. It's not your story. And my good grief, have I got a whopper of a story for you? Well, actually, kind of ish. So, there is one question while we're racing today, and that question is: did they accidentally reveal what will happen from the 19th of March 2020, 26? Gonna have a lot of fun talking about that because, yeah, incompetence rules. Incompetence rules. Anyway, as we've got the game back today, I thought we'd do a little bit of racing. Fortunately for me, my plan was not to race yesterday, but more on that later. There we go. We've got the game on screen. Let's get the audio on screen. In the chat on the YouTube side, we've got the virtual medical Dr. Ayaka says, hello, Mr. Tony. Well, hello back. Welcome along again. Thanks for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. Right, so I'm not going to rush in as to what happened yesterday. Let's just summarize it and say there was an outage. And I'll go into detail a little bit later on. But I'll tell you what I'm interested in, your thoughts about what happened yesterday. I have my own thoughts and I've been able to piece together what happened, not based on the information that we've got out at EA or Slingshot, because they're just rubbish. They really are. But from those that play the game often and know what's going on, been able to piece it together. And yeah, quite interesting. I'm wondering, all I'll say at this moment in time, I'm wondering if the term unplayable, which is what was quoted in the final lap statement, does actually mean something very specific. More on that later. Let's keep you all teased. Let's do a bit of racing right now. The only thing that we need to know is obviously we can't buy anything. And with it being New Year's Eve, we also don't have any offers whatsoever. So not only did we not have any discounted cars over Christmas, no surprise, we haven't had any discounted cars, and probably not going to have any discounted cars over the New Year period. No surprise there at all. So today for me, I'm going to be spending a bit more gold. And as you see there, I've got it up to 2,000. Aaron C. John enters the chat, says hello. Hello back, sir. Welcome along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. Now, you might be wondering about the title. I'll get onto that shortly. Hello a second. We've got at Team ATX Goku waving a pink hand. Is that by any chance John or is it somebody else? Either way, welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat with your big pink hand. Right, okay. So, first thing I'm going to be doing, you might have noticed I've got a 20% discount off the next car. The reason being is if we go into the round hub, more about the round hub later. Whew. First off, you'll see round 6 has disappeared off. That disappeared off yesterday. And I did have a reward available in round 7, which was 20% discount on the next purchase of a car. And I'm going to use it to reduce the cost of a car that would normally cost gold. Yes, we're at that stage of the game where we're spending gold on buying cars. So in Legend, you'll notice in fact, I'm going a bit too quick. Keep up. Come on, keep up. In Legend, you'll see there I've got 79 out of 81 cars. So there's two cars I don't own. One car is way too expensive, even with a 20% discount to purchase. But the other car, not so much. And not only is it not so expensive, it's also not so expensive to fully upgrade. The BMW M1. Now it does have a showcase series I can race in. Once I've purchased it, you'll see it there. 160 gold as opposed to 200. Why not? Obviously not going to be VIP in it. It's another car in the garage. First thing I'm going to do is upgrade the car. Oh, look, I've already upgraded it. Well, second thing I'm going to be doing is upgrading it even more then. So, spending more gold. Put in the gold and then so basically the second and third upgrades applied to this car. The second layer is always gold. Not always, but mostly. The third layer is our dollars. It looks like it's taking 4 hours. I'll just let that run in the background. I'm going to put it on the mall. Don't care how much it costs. Really don't. I really don't care anymore. If I've got gold, I'm spending it. Simple as. Boom. There we go. So I am going to be talking about what happened yesterday, but I'm going to wait until 2:30 p.m. UK time, which basically means I'll be waiting only another 40 minutes. But if you want to put your own observations or comments or opinion into the chat, please feel free to do so. Me, I'm going to do a bit of racing with the BMW M1. Now this is a car I have never raced before, because up until this moment it was not in my garage. Now I say I've never raced it before. I must have attempted to do the event it was in, because I've got 7 upgrades applied to it. So that might be a little white lie. But it's another car we're racing over these final few months. Hey, this is fun. I like it. It doesn't feel particularly grippy though. I feel like I could lose control of this car at any moment. Right, okay. We've got to do it in 1 minute, 1 second. I think I'm doing alright in terms of being better than that. Or maybe not. There we go, I haven't. Oh dear. Well, that's not so good, is it? 3rd place. We'll take it, because we've got the opportunity of waiting 4 hours, maybe not today, and seeing if we can do any better. Do I have another go? Now that I've sort of like had a go. Let's see, a 103. Let's have another go. Can we do better than a 103.6? One more go. Let's see how we get on. Okay, so I actually think I'm a little bit quicker this time. Maybe not 2 seconds, but definitely a second up. There we go. I reckon that's only second though. No, first, look at that. Improved by 2 seconds. It's a little bit, that was a little bit like You know, do you remember something called time trial? The weekly time trial. It was a little bit like that. You know, when they first go and then improving. Anyway, that's long gone. Right, okay, so let's have a go at the Cup in the international circuit at Silverstone. It's only 3 laps, and then we'll do the time trial. And I will be talking about what happened yesterday because I do have lots of thoughts on it and opinion, and I think it is an indication of what's coming. But more on that later. Oh. Now then, isn't it weird having the BMW logo in the corners of the rear of the car? That's just a bit weird. What we like inside. Let's have a look. Pretty basic. I can see the speedometer moving though, so there we go. 3 cars overtaken into 6th place. Now that 5th. Let's do 4th. There we go, 4th. We go 3rd. There we go, 2nd, hopefully. There we go. Right, let's chase down 1st. What a great old car this is. I say old, it's the 80s, man. Great times, the 80s. I was there, you know. Here we go, 1st place. First place in 2 laps with a car that technically has only got 2 upgrades applied. The 3rd layer of upgrades currently underway. Yeah, so I like this car. This is a fun car. We go, keep on pushing. There we go, 1st place. All right. Enjoying this car. A good car to add to the garage. Fun 1980s car, I think. Maybe 1970s. Definitely, no, 80s, I think, actually. To be fair, the clue is in the title of the series. 80s poster exotics. Right, okay, so I don't think I can do the Cup because the car's only at 31.9. But we can do the weekly time trial. The time trial, which is round Laguna Seca. Laguna Seca being an interesting track to test his skills on. Oh, yes. Yeah, liking this car. This is a good car. I was a little bit worried. I felt like it could slide all over the place, but that is not the case at all. It feels pretty grippy now that I've got the hang of it. Slightly gutted I've had to spend 160 gold to acquire it, but it does, once I've fully upgraded it, and it doesn't cost a lot of gold to fully upgrade. Once I've fully upgraded it, I can complete this series it's in, and also it'll open up an exclusive series, which will help towards hitting that completion percentage. There we go. Lord Night Moon enters the chat, says hello. Hello back, sir. Welcome along. Thanks for watching and saying hello. There we go. Car needs servicing. Now I do actually have a lot of cars to upgrade today, but I can't remember. That's why I made a list. And I actually didn't make a list on paper. I actually made a list digitally today. So let's bring that up. Where is it? There we go. There it is. Okay. Bring that back over there. Right. Okay. So that car done with for today. Now I'm going to tell you the full story about what happened yesterday in half an hour. Neil Rain says, hello, bro. Hello back. Welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. The only thing that I'll reveal up to this point, though, is for me yesterday. So apparently the outage that we had yesterday, it ran from, well, UK time as soon as it turned into the 30th of December, and pretty much was all of yesterday. However, let me show you something that's interesting, because I wasn't, for the most part, impacted by it, because if I just come out of this game, I'm not closing it, I'm just minimizing the window there. Okay, so the game is technically speaking still open. So that's normally how I leave the game. And what happened for me is I literally opened the game first thing in the morning and it came up like that. And because it didn't have to go through the recycle process of loading stuff in, it didn't have to connect to the server, I didn't have a problem to begin with. Neil Ray says, can you please show your player history? Like how much you played, how many events you raced? Well, the player history isn't accurate because it says that I've done 803 days. That's not actually accurate. It just means the game has been open for quite a period of time. There we go. A total of 63,528 races. Of which apparently my favourite car is the Porsche 919 Hybrid. That was mainly because back in the day, that was the car with the longest COUPE, and it was 10 laps around Le Mans, and you did earn a shed load of fame. So I was very quickly able to go up lots of fame levels. Hence why you see me there at 629 fame level. Now, what have we got next? So I'm going to go back now to Elite. I'm going to do another. So I'm not doing, generally speaking, I'm not doing exclusive series. I will be doing a couple, but mostly, and now that I know for definite, there's not going to be any discounts on car upgrades. I'm going to go through and I'm going to go through and do cars in series, setting other cars up for opening up exclusive series. Lord Night Move says, yes, they fixed issue today, but I lost 30 gold daily reward. Neil Rain says, amazing, brother. Love from India. Thank you very much. Now, coming back to the Lord Night Moon's point, because couple of things. Like, again, I'm not going into the detail just yet as what has actually happened, but rather than what people experienced. So for me, to begin with, I opened the game up and I was just playing me adverts, getting me gold in. Um, and I was going out yesterday, which is why I couldn't do a stream. And I thought, oh, I haven't got all my ads in. I'll do a cloud save. The cloud save failed. I went, oh, well, that's interesting. Right, I know what sometimes causes that. I'll reset the game, open it back up, and then attempt a resave again. And then obviously after that, the game didn't load back up for me at all. So a lot of people said a workaround was if you were in an offline, if you opened the game in offline, you could do that once and only once. It turns out because I got the game open, that was almost like opening it in offline mode. So it didn't attempt to connect to the servers, come across the issue, which again we'll go into more detail later on what caused that. So fortunately for me, I did get yesterday's reward, and so today I did get the 30 gold. But I did think a lot of people will miss out, and at this moment in time, they haven't provided a sorry present. So again, I suspect the developers that fixed the issue haven't got the authority to grant a present. So maybe you might get something in a couple of days' time. Or it is the case that not only are they incompetent, they really don't care anymore, and you're not going to get a present at all. So Neil Rain asks the pertinent question: can we play it after server shutdown? So I'm just going to say no is the answer to that question, and I'm going to explain a little bit later on as to why I think it's now a no. So Lord Night Moon says until 19th of March. I do think he's correct, and I'll go into detail why I think he's absolutely correct. M. Nandan Bandari says, Moi, what's up? Oh, I've got to think of another what's up. Clouds. Clouds are up. There we go. So he says, don't say the ceiling or the sky. There you go. Clouds. And then after that, the moon. And then after that, the sun. And then I'll think of something else for Friday. Anyway, welcome along. Thank you for watching and saying hello in the chat. We've got a few people watching now, so I will be going into detail what I think happened yesterday and why I think it tells us exactly what's going to happen on the 19th and what unplayable actually means. Yeah. But we're going to be spending a bit of gold and doing a bit of racing before then. So into Elite, let's have a look at what we've got to race in. Now, I do have this series. I'm leaving that series well alone at this moment in time. There is also a Jaguar CX-75 in Automotive Mastery, which I'm going to look to upgrade to be available in its exclusive series. Again, not today. Not touching Spirit of 59. Instead, I'm going straight to Track Power Trio, the Ferrari F8 Tributo, which I did fully upgrade a while ago. So I should be able to complete this series today if I get first. Road course at Monza, 5 laps. M. Nandan Bandari says, for God's sake, I might add him as well. God is up. He's not down because that's the other guy. Anyway, moving on. 5 laps at Monza with the Ferrari F8 Tributo, however you pronounce it. Let's see how we get on. And I think after this, I'll go into a bit more detail about yesterday and what it means. That I'm already in first, yay. Now in fairness, this is because the car is fully upgraded and so is so much better than every other single car on track. Which is just as well because his driver of this car is rubbish. So Nandan Bandari also asks, have you decided what game you will be playing? Well, as part of the conversation to do with the outages, I'm going to go through definitely what games I won't be playing afterwards, after Real Racing 3. I have now narrowed it down to just 5 games-ish, kind of. You'll see what I mean in a bit. Some of them I can't, some of the games that were suggested, I can't get. So there are a couple of games that are just not available in the UK, which is a bit weird. So at the end of lap 1, in first place, I'm going to win this quite easily. Probably should have done what Ozil normally suggests and waited 40 seconds at the beginning of the race, but it's a bit late for that now. So let's see if we can catch them up and start overtaking back markers. Now, lots of people have gone in and they've obviously got fed up of waiting for me to explain what happened. They've all left. Some people have no patience. Everything comes to thee who waits, so long as you wait with intent. You can't just wait around expecting stuff to happen. But you also can't expect things just to be given you on a plate immediately. Just saying. Alright, there we go. 2 laps completed. First place, quite a bit ahead. UTAGE says RIP Real Racing 3. Well, not quite yet, but it is definitely going to die, and it will be dead come the 19th of March. That is now for definite. I think, my personal opinion, I don't think you'll even be able to play it in offline mode. That's my conclusion as a result of yesterday, and I'll go into detail after this race as to why. And Yukata says appreciation from Japan. Welcome along. Thank you for watching. Thank you for saying hello and commenting in the chat. Oh, bit disastrous there. So, Nandan Bandari says Tony's driving is the exact reason why driving and texting is illegal. Correct. But it is just a game. But you are correct. Never do it in real life. Hence why normally I put it on pause or look at the chat in between races. Right, there we go, lap 4. So I might have spent some gold, but I'm going to be getting a little bit of gold back. I will say this though, there's no way I'll be getting the amount of gold back that I'm going to spend. Not bothered, don't care. It's all a bit of fun. It's all about racing in as many different types of races, as many different laps or tracks with as many different cars as possible. Okay, so we haven't caught back markers just yet. We've only got one lap after this. So fingers crossed. Hello, acceleration's failed. So fingers crossed, after this lap, we will catch back markers. At the moment, it's not looking good. I thought I would have caught them by now, being a lot slower than me. I'm only, I guess though, 500 yards ahead of second place. So I think the lap's about 6,000 yards, 7,000 yards. So maybe I won't catch back markers. Never mind. Right, so I'm going to do this in bits. So I've gone through what my experience was yesterday, how I realised there was a problem, and by the fact that my normal solution to cloud saves not working is to restart the game, introduced the problem of not being able to start the game up. And I couldn't use one of the recommended temporary fixes, which is put the game into offline mode and restart it, because I'd literally got it open in the morning. So for me, my opportunity had already gone. But because I had at least opened the game up yesterday, I did get my daily reward yesterday. So I didn't lose out on a gold reward, but lots of people did. Lots of people did not get the reward on the 30th. So today they won't get the final day reward, which is 30 gold, or depending on how long you've been playing, 30 plus 30 gold. So M. Nandan Bandri says, do you still work or have you retired? You cheeky so-and-so. I'm in my prime of my life, don't you know? Of course I still work. I'll be working up to the point, up to the day of my death. I just hope that's not tomorrow. Oh dear. Look at that, there we go. So that car is done for today. But we have completed another series. Right. Let's talk about this blinking outage that happened yesterday. Now, it looks like the actual cause of the outage is to do with, specifically to do with the round hub. So there's a couple of things to note. You'll see at this moment in time, we have an active round 3. So even though I've completed both of the events in round 3, we've got 26 days available to, if you had any events to do them. Yeah. Then after that period of time, the round is marked as ended, but it doesn't disappear. So if I click there on the season 5 round 3, we can see all the other rounds in the game. Okay. Now, one thing to note here is you'll see there round 1, only got 82% completion. So if I click OK, the reason for that is I never did do the Ford Puma Rally 1 Hybrid Limited Series. Now, because I do own the car, I can actually go into that series and compete in it because I own the car. Effectively, events and limited series that you haven't done in previous rounds that are still available do open up once you own that particular car. But then after a period of time, the round, as well as ended, becomes expired. So we'll see there, round 7, it's got 40 days, 10 hours to go. So what happened yesterday is round 6 expired. And the first thing that normally happens when a round expires is it tells you you have to accept the rewards that are still available. Now, fortunately for me, I had no rewards due in round 6. I'd used them all, and as you can see there now, I haven't got any rewards requiring taking in round 7. But for most people, what happens, and I suspect it works something like this. Basically, there'll be a list of rewards, and so if I go into round 7, for example, and look at the rewards, you've got all these rewards, and these will have a unique ID. And what happens is it will query the server, note the IDs, and then present to you a page with the rewards you've not collected, and you'll have a collect option. So I suspect associated with each of these rewards is some form of graphic. But it probably has to, in some way, interrogate the server to present that on screen. So immediately, there was a problem, wasn't there? And so it didn't load up, it didn't query the server properly, it just crashed and fell on its arse. So there's a possibility that might happen again in 40 days' time, 10 hours. And realistically, I think if we go through, if after the March the 19th deadline is the fact that they're not carrying out any maintenance, any fixes at all, this game, I think, will pretty much be dead on the 19th. I suspect Season 4 will probably end on the very day the March the 19th occurs. And I suspect that is why, when they say it's unplayable, it is because they'll turn the servers off, that round will end, and you won't be able to connect, I suspect. And if it's not round 8, it'll be round 1. So I think what happened yesterday is a faux pas on their part. They've actually revealed how they're shutting this game down, I think. That's what I think is going to happen. Nandan Bandri says, damn you, you're a nerd. I am not a nerd, dear sir. I am not a collector. That's what a nerd is. I am more a geek than a nerd, if you want to name call. However, I would prefer it if you didn't name call and just, give me your salute and your attention. Yeah, so I reckon lots of people are asking, will the game be playable offline? I'm convinced now the game will not be playable offline. I suspect the game won't even load up. So whereas initially I thought they meant unplayable because the money would be worthless, I think it will be unplayable because the game won't load up. They just won't fix all the things that have to happen in the background with the server and all these rounds that are due to expire. And I think what happened yesterday is an indication that they'd probably not even thought about it. There you go. That's it. That's the big ooh. There you go. Bit of a shocker. Get used to it. My advice to everyone playing this game, play it until the March of the 19th, and please don't be surprised when you can't play it after that date. I'm now convinced you won't be able to play it after that date. I don't see the point of people putting all these signatures together. You're not going to change the company's mind. For them, it's dead and buried. Their obvious replacement is Need for Speed No Limits. By the way, that's off the list as well. So people are asking, what are the games that I want to do next? Well, I don't know yet, but coming up in the new year, I've basically pinned. Well, I said 5 games. It's 6 games. So on the list to test out and see whether or not which one of these is going to be a great replacement for Real Racing 3. I've got 6 games. I've got Assoluto Racing, Car X Street, Grid. Now I've gone there for the free version. There is a full version which costs money. I thought I'll test it out on the free version, and if it's that good, I'll purchase it. It's only £7.49 in the UK, so it's not a load of money. We've got Gran Velocita, Monoposto, and Drive Zone. So they're the games. M. Nandan Bandari says, sorry, bro, no offense. It's all right. No offense taken, but I will call you out on it. Yeah, so they're the 6 games. I think what I'll do at some point in the new year is I'll be testing these 2 at a time, say an hour test. So 3 streams, 2 games each stream, 2 hours long, and I'll make a decision about which one to go for. Now, one of the ones that Ozil recommended was it was a Codemasters game. I think it was called something like Racing Master. I can't get that in the UK, which I found very interesting because Codemasters used to be, I don't know if it still is, but used to be a UK-based software company. Yeah, so I can't get what I thought would be the winner of the test. So we've already dwindled it down to these 6 games. And obviously with how EA are treating us, there's no way I'm going for another EA game. They can just sod off. That's my attitude on that. You know, it's what is there's a couple of phrases. Once bitten, twice shy. So that's one phrase. And the other phrase is fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, you're not going to fool me twice, EA Sports. So yeah. If it's got EA involved, I'm not racing it. Right, there we go. So there we go. That's answered a couple of things. One, what I think will happen on the 19th of March 2026, and it is now a different opinion to what I thought last week. And we've got 6 alternative games to take a look at as replacements for Real Racing 3 in the new year. So M. Nandan Bandri says, Car X Street has good reviews. Yes, indeed. And says Grid Autosport is paid, right? Well, there's a Grid Autosport Lite, which you can download for free, but you can't do everything in it. But it's a good way of testing it out. And then you've got the full version of Grid Autosport, which you do have to pay for. But it's a one-off fee, is my understanding. So I thought rather than obviously spend money up front, let's test out the free version in terms of how the engine works and how the competition works. Should be able to get a good idea, and then we'll make a decision. And I'm going to be basically just racing each game for about 1 hour, and hopefully we'll get an idea. So M. Nandan Bandri says the free one has got not so good reviews, but that's probably because you can't do all the stuff. In terms of the racing engine, I should be able to get an idea what it's like. And to be fair, if I can't, then it gets knocked off the list because surely if you want somebody to pay for your game, you've got to give them the opportunity of trialing that game out. That would seem to be logical to me. So yeah, so if it is rubbish, and it is just the way they've done it, then it gets knocked off the list, and there's no chance of me buying Grid Autosport. I'm a bit harsh on this, but I'd like to consider myself fair. Right, let's move on to some more racing today. So this stream will only be 2 hours long. With it being New Year's Eve, um, maybe an opportunity to say to everyone, hope the new year is a fantastic year. Hope 2026 brings you all you want out of the year. But I will say that a little bit later. Right, so next on the list. Now, there's a possibility I might not be able to do any racing, but let's take a look. So it is super speed factor. I did say in a previous stream I would be upgrading some Lamborghinis. M. Nandan Bandri says, do you have a PC? I do. I have PC and Steam. I haven't even looked at Steam games at this moment in time. I think I do actually have some Steam games that are racing games. But yeah, just focusing on a direct replacement for Real Racing 3. So we've got the Grand Prix circuit there, 76.7 minimum PR. And the car that I'm looking to fully upgrade, the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, is going to cost me, apparently, 1,000 gold. And we're going to start that process today. So we're upgrading. Possibility I won't be able to use this car. Only one way of finding out. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, so we're going down in gold. I am literally at some point over the next few weeks go down to 0 gold. Right, so it's not enough to do that racing for today. So we move on to the next series, which is actually in Legend. So again, we'll just work our way across. Do. What have we got? Ooh, okay. I'll come back to that actually. So apparently what I did have on the list, or do I do it? Do I risk doing it? What I did have on the list is in Clash of the Classics. Another car that's not going to cost me a shed load of money is the Lamborghini Countach. I hope I haven't pronounced that wrong. So if I fully upgrade this car, I think it's only going to cost me in the region of about 300 gold, but it opens up an exclusive series. So let's set that off. Let's do what we can. I don't think I can do any racing with the car today, though. Look at that. Only 20 gold there. So we'll come back to that on Friday and probably have an exclusive series opened up for it. Look at that. Hardly any gold. He's going crazy, spending all this gold. Now, I don't know if it's in any other series, so let's just take a look in the garage. Because maybe there's a series we can race in. Look at that. It's in quite a lot. So we've got Lamborghini Legends, which I think is just what I've done. Oh no, is it? Okay, so that's fully upgraded. Classic Clash. Poster Exotics. That's right, okay. Look at that. So maybe that car will let's have a look. Possibly that car will be able to complete that series. So I've ended up upgrading 2 cars in that series. That's exciting. That probably makes a lot of sense because they were not costing a lot of gold, either of them. So there we go. So we've got 2 80s cars added to the list of cars coming up. Fantastic. M. Nandan Bandri says Forza Horizon 6 is just about to be released. Yeah. So let me tell you the problem with that. I've again seen lots of videos to do with Forza Horizon ending, and what they're talking about is the previous version. And for me, that's a problem. I don't want to be doing again. It's Microsoft again. It's they've got the same mentality as EA. Um, Real Racing 3 basically went against the grain of how EA work, which is they release a new game of the same ilk every year and expect you just to upgrade. That's why I think they've gone for Need for Speed. It will be replaced year on year. Whether or not you get it for free, I don't know. But Forza, it's not cheap. Forza Horizons are quite an expensive game, and to have to upgrade that every couple of years, nah. Nandan Bandri says, I think you do amazing in that game. Well, I think in terms of driving, yes. But I don't like the idea of having to replace the game every couple of years. So, um, yeah, it looks good. I just don't like the costing model. And I'm not the biggest fan of Microsoft in terms of gaming. Right, okay, so I'm working my way down here. Now, I'm not going to do the Hypercar Club. I'm leaving that alone. Obviously, I'm not going to be upgrading or purchasing the Ferrari FXXK Evo. There's a couple of cars there I'm not touching. There's another one there. And that just leaves me with the Lotus Evija in Legend. So I don't think I'm going to do a great deal in Legend. So what's next? What have we got next? Right, I think next, if we go to Season 1, currently at 98%, there we go. The Bulls of Bologna. Now, I'm not going to be spending loads of money today, but in the Bulls of Bologna, we do have another Lamborghini to potentially fully upgrade. Now, this is not a cheap Lamborghini, so I am being a little bit strategic so I can accrue the money during the month to fully upgrade it. So in terms of doing this one race, I only need to get it up to 83.2. And look at that. The engine is 195 gold. So there we go. We're at 83.2. We can race that car in the Mount Panorama Cup. And I'm going to initiate the upgrade on the next layer, which is R dollars, 430,400 R dollars. Can't say I'm that bothered about it. So away it goes. The Monster Crow enters the chat, says, hey, Tony. Hey, back, sir. Welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. Now, Mount Panorama is 5 laps. And I can't remember what this car drives like. I bet you it's not as good as the BMW M1 we've just been driving. That's not bad. That didn't feel too bad. Here we go. Into 6th place. And that's 5th. Okay. Let's carry on racing. Daisy. Nevertheless, in terms of where I am, that's okay. 5th place. 4 cars to overtake. 4 laps to do it in. I will just pause it there. M. Nandan Bandari says, but the content you can get out of Forza is also a lot more. Plus, you can play it offline even after it's not active. Okay. The Monster Crow says, I finally joined early. Welcome along. Welcome along. Okay, so 4 cars, 4 laps. Let's take 4th place. There we go. Alright, let's get on the tail of 3rd. Yeah, there's the Lamborghini skid that I'm used to. These cars are so heavy. To be fair, this is, for a Lamborghini, I'd say it's well balanced. I will say it's better than a McLaren Speedtail. But then again, what isn't? Okay. Okay, we're up into 3rd. 3 laps to go. 2 cars to overtake. Right. So this is another cool car to be racing. We'll have a look inside of this car once we're going down the mountain. Wow. They're being aggressive towards each other here. This is awesome. Loving it. Okay, that just looks so weird as a dashboard. There we go. Nicely on the tail of 3rd. Sorry, 2nd. 1st also in touching distance. I want the inside here, I think. Can I get him on this corner? Oh. There we go. Wonderful. Into 2nd place. Into 2nd place. M. Nandri says something about the AC vents look awful on this car. Well, you show me a pretty Lamborghini, because I can't think of one. It'll still be fun to drive. Oh wow, 3rd is right on my tail. Alright, let's see if we can get Peter B63. Rolls off the tongue, that name. Unlike the player name behind me, Voodoo, it's a much better name. Oh, There you go. Into first place. 1 lap to go. Yes, there's something else that's problematic as well, and that is the round hub does require you to be online. So all sorts of problems, I think, associated with a round hub, and that's why I think the game will just not be playable after the 19th of March. I'd also put money on that they haven't fixed it, they've fudged it. That's what I reckon. Well, as I said, I'm going to make the most of the remaining days that this game is available. Apparently it's now 78 days. So you've only got 78 days left to play this game. There we go. Oops, a daisy. A little bit of a skid, but first place. Did all right there. Did all right there. Ooh. Nandri Bandari says the Veneno isn't a bad looking car. Okay, fair enough. I don't know if I've already got that one fully upgraded. I think I have. We'll have a look. Or I may not have had it upgraded if it doesn't have an exclusive series, but let's have a look, because I don't think there's loads of Lamborghinis in this game. I think there's more Lamborghinis than, say, Bugattis. I'm sure it's around the 20 mark. Let's have a look. No, that one. Yeah, 22 Lamborghinis. Let's service the car. It is being serviced. Cool. Right. So, which one did you say? Sorry, actually, you know what? That might be on the list as well, actually. Let's have a look. Oh, no. It's the Sesto Elemento I'm also looking to fully upgrade. For some reason, that's already... Why is that? Why did I already move that across? Don't know. Let's move that back to that. Change the rims to official. It's not fully upgraded yet, but I'm going to potentially upgrade that one. So you mentioned the Veneno. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think there's a great deal of difference, really. Well, there is, actually. But I think that's quite cool. Yeah, watch this space on that one, then, for that car. You never know. Right. Okay, back to season 1. There we go. We've got the Bulls of Bologna up to 98%. On Friday, I think we'll have a go at taking that to 100%. ME7 said the Veneno is a bad car in this game. Well, I dodged a bullet then, didn't I? I dodged a bullet. And the Monster Crow says, yeah, I saw it too. Right, there we go. Right, what's next? So not doing. So we've done some older cars. We've done some flashy cars. We're also doing some normal cars. So next on the list is First up, the Audi RS5 Coupe in the Deutsch Duel 2. Again, the series needs taking to 100%. And the car in question has an exclusive series. So going forward, these are going to be the cars that I'm going to spend a bit of time on fully upgrading. Cars that can help me complete a series in the normal part of the game and open up an exclusive series. It's like, it's not quite double bubble, but it is, I guess, two birds for the price of one, almost, kind of. So I'm going to focus on, so we need 49.5. So I'm not going to fully upgrade the cars in one go, but I'm going to do them enough so that we can do the next race and also have in place the upgrades that require our dollars. Now, look at how much gold I've only got left. It's 1,076. We are going to go below. We are going to go below 1,000 gold. And we'll apply the R dollars. So we're at 48. We'll do the drivetrain. 80. Not quite got enough yet. So I guess we do body. But seriously, I am going to run out of money, but you can't take it with you, so we might as well spend it. There we go. 49.9 PR. The race needs a minimum PR of 49.5. The only bad news is it's a cup around a Formula E track, which I'm not a fan of. It is 6 laps. I'm going to be rubbish at this. Let's see how we get on. So we're going to have lots of different cars to race in, which, again, was always the fun of Real Racing 3. And if you've seen my videos for quite a while, you'll know that's what we've done in the past. Had multiple series, multiple cars to race in. Now already I can see I'm struggling here. Oh. What's the betting? I've cracked my windscreen already. There you go. Okay. I am not a fan of this track. We are up to 7. 5 laps to go. 6 cars to overtake. Not convinced. Oh, I'm not getting on with this track at all, as always. I don't think I'm going to finish anywhere near the top 3. 2 laps down, in 7th place, 6 cars to overtake, 4 laps to go, and I'm falling further and further behind. I just can't get on with this track. For some reason, I've managed to crawl my way up to 6. Hey, that 5th. Wow, 2 cars on that lap. Okay. So 4 cars to overtake, 3 laps to go. Again, the other thing that should cross your mind is if you have to pay a license fee for every single car in this game, that must be a crazy amount of money. Of course, the other thing that crosses my mind is why do they have to pay a license fee? Surely the car manufacturer would want their car in a game. Shows the car off, potentially, unless it's a McLaren Speedtail, shows it off in a positive light. So maybe licensing doesn't always involve the exchange of cash. Okay, look at this, we are in 4th, might get 3rd, got another lap to go after this. Final lap, don't think I'm going to get any better than 3rd, might not even get 3rd. I am working hard though to catch 3rd. Might get him on this corner here. Might be some more bodywork damage, but Eric's in the garage, he can take care of that. Here we go. There we go, 3rd place. I'll take that, it's not brilliant. Oh. Here we go, 3rd place. The Monster Crow says Formula E tracks are not that great for me too. No, I think it's to do with the fact long straights and 180 turns don't mean a great deal. M Nandam Bandari says, "What if you try to make a game?" Well, I don't think I could make a game, but maybe there's a way as a consortium. See, rather than putting together a petition to keep a game going, why not everyone invest and buy the game, and then have enough money through revenue of advertisers, and maybe renegotiate some of the licenses. And if the companies go, sorry, we want more money, just take the game out, take the car out of the game, and then have proper developers working on it, but have a bit of more mind. So you see, again, my suspicion is what EA will be doing is they'll be doing racing games not as an individual but as a group. So they probably get one license fee for all cars going in all their games, I suspect. And for whatever reason, I don't think it's working for them. I do think they're not making money on Real Racing 3, and they've just gone, get rid of Real Racing 3. Need for Speed, I think, has always, unfortunately, been EA's main racing game. So, but yeah, there is a possibility of a small group of people doing that. I guess including myself. I won't, just because I haven't got the time, unfortunately. But it is a good idea. It is a good idea, and you could make it work. See, I also wondered about why don't you just come up with different named cars that are based on real cars but aren't real cars, and maybe just make some little design changes. Then you can avoid all the license fees. But hey, never, you never know. You never know. Anyway, there we go. So that is another series on its way. Another car potentially that we can open up an exclusive series for. So 2 cars there. Look at the gold I've got left though. Only 771. So I've got only 43 minutes of racing left. Next on the list, Hot Hatch Power Match 3. Now this car has got quite a lot of upgrades to do, but the upgrades will be cheap. So let's see what we can do. So 26 gold, $, 4 hours, no more racing potentially for this car. Just upgrade it. More upgrades. Yeah, don't think I'm going to be lucky enough to do anything with this car today. But we can set it up ready for Friday. $25.1. That's a shame. 25.9. Now, is there any other racing we can do with this car? What does it look like in terms of the overall PR? So 168,505, 166,478. Braking, a lot better. All right. Let's have a look, see if we can't do that. Are there any other races we could have a go at? See if there's just one to have a go at. Elimination. Well, let's have a go at that then with this car, and then we'll move on to the next series, the next car, and hope we've got some gold left. Spoiler alert, not much. Not much. Right, I'm going to do a change here. I'm going to overtake on the inside. There you go, look at that. Push. Oh, it hasn't quite got the oomph. Okay, so I'm in third. Looks like I'm just going to fall a bit short because this car just isn't quite good enough. Alright, there we go, catching them up. Yeah, what, we might overtake these two. There's one. Let me get this one on the inside again. Put on the gas early, there we go. Might not keep in first place. Let's have a look at the inside. It is just a Golf GTI. Not particularly flashy. Okay, in third place again. I reckon I can overtake these two again though. There you go. Alright. So already this car is a match for the Renault there, even though it's not quite good enough. At least in the long straights in terms of acceleration. What's my train of thought there? Right, service the car. This car will be back on Friday. So I've just got one more car to upgrade today, and then I'll do a couple of exclusive series. Okay, so one more car to upgrade. Where is it? Might come back to doing the BMW M4 in the Behemoth Blitz. I'll leave that for the moment. I do have a 2-hour stream deadline today. We've got track ready Titans, another Audi. I did say we'd have a couple of Audis to fully upgrade. This is one of them. 43.7 at Spa-Francorchamps. Another car that's only got 7 out of 28 upgrades. It's at 36.2. So I guess this won't happen today either. But let's do it. Let's waste our gold. Goodbye, gold. Can't take it with me. The game dies in 78 days. They're not offering us any discounts. We'll take out the game what we pumped in, which is time and effort. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to race. That's a shame. But there we go. So that's at 40.9 now. Is there anything else to race in? Well, there's another elimination and a hunter. And my attitude is, why not? Let me just have a look at how it compares to the other cars. So 182,421. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a lot. Yeah, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go in the hunter. Don't think I'm going to get first, but let's have a bit of fun with it. So the Monster Crow says, yesterday I tried to open Real Racing 3, but it kept crashing out. I did not know why. Yeah, so you might have just missed it, to be fair. So I have gone through and explained what happened. So yesterday, a old round expired. So when an old round expired, it gives you the rewards that you've not used. Now it looks like the game was attempting to communicate to the central server or servers and download some content. Not a massive amount, a small amount. And for some reason, it wasn't able to do that and it crashed the game out. Now, some people found a workaround by putting the game into offline mode, but apparently that only worked once. So if you then did restart the game, it still failed. Now, the developers are saying they've fixed the issue. I can't help but think they've fudged the issue just to hide the fault. And it is a problem with this game overall, and that is there's always been and always has been an online component to this game. So I'm now convinced after March the 19th 2026 this game will be completely unplayable and more than likely won't even open up, because the hub is now such a big component of the game. And I doubt very much, based on the error that we had yesterday, they've properly removed the round hub from the game. So I think we're going to carry on having these problems, and I've just messed up there. I had an outside chance of getting first, and now I've got a 0 chance of getting third. Oh no, got third again. There we go. Third. That's even worse than what existed, which was second. Never mind. Monster Crow says no. I checked ME7 post. Yeah, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I went onto Reddit. I thought that was the best option. The guys on there know what they're talking about. Uh, for me, I didn't even realise there was a problem until I tried. For me, the first time I came across it was when I tried to. I was in the game and I tried to do a save to the cloud, and it wouldn't save. And then I restarted the game thinking that would fix my save, and yeah, it went bang. Right, let's have a go then at elimination. Can we do any better with elimination? But basically, the whole experience of yesterday tells me this game will be dead after the 19th. And if there is an issue like this after the 19th, they're not going to fix it. So, yeah, definitely a countdown. Definitely 78 days to go. Game is dead after the 18th of March. I say the 18th because that's the last official day you can play it. Okay, we're doing better here. We're in first place. With the Audi R8, or no, is it the Audi R8? Yes, yes it is. But that will be it. That will be it. So good news, this is the last car I'm upgrading for a while. Just as well. I will be carrying out upgrades on the cars I've started, but no new cars for a while. Shouldn't be a problem. We have got a total of close now to 20 series that we're racing in, so should be all right. Oh, hey, what happened there? So I actually think what happened there, that was third who just got eliminated. Again, the game does a weird thing that once you've been eliminated, all steering and controls end. That sort of messed me up now, so I'm going to end up finishing second. Oh. So the Monster Crow says, but there is no way that I will quit the game. Well, you might have to on the 19th. Aaron C. John says, how much gold you get every day by ads? It can be as high as 60, but be warned, you do have to play 100 and 190 adverts. 190 adverts. And again, tomorrow's going to be interesting because up to this point, we've had a daily reward and adverts to play. Will that be the same tomorrow? And then the Monster Crow just adds, says, until the game ends, of course. Good. Yep, absolutely. John enters the chat. I missed his wave. Say, waves his big pink hand. Welcome along, John. Sorry I missed your big pink hand. It almost disappeared off screen. Apologies about that. Who else have I then missed? The Monster Crow said, thought the game had shut down already as a result of yesterday. Well, a lot of people had. A lot of people were panicking. That's kind of why I put on my thumbnail the don't panic button. I thought it was being funny, but apparently it wasn't. There we go. Uh, Monster Crow goes on to say, I am a little sad after this news. Well, it's done, innit? It's done. It's done. It says, I will keep playing until the game goes off. Me too, to be fair. But I'd like to think I'm being slightly pragmatic about it. Yeah. Right, okay, we'll leave that there. That's as far as we can get. I'm not going to do any of the races in the series because we are close to the 2-hour mark. Instead, I'm going to mosey on over to the exclusive series. I'm going to focus first off on the Porsche 909 Berg Spider. What a car. Potential of taking this series to 100% and getting 25 gold. I did attempt that. Was it Monday? It was Monday, wasn't it? I did attempt to do that on Monday. Failed. Can I do any better today? Only 2 quick races. And therefore plenty of trial and error to get first place in both. Let's find out. 127. Well, that was easy today. That was almost impossible yesterday. But nice and easy today. So, one more cup to be first in, and that will be another exclusive series taken to 100%. As you can see now, I do need some gold. So let's do the autocross at Francorchamps. 30 seconds to do it in. I reckon that's a quicker time than yesterday. Oh, right. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well, I made a right mess of this, haven't I? Nowhere near there. Only, second. Wow. Is there such a big gap between first and what is now third? Yes, is the answer to that question. Right, okay, let's see what we can do. Come on. We've got a whole car's durability. Oh no. I've got acceleration problems. It's a disaster. That was even slower. That was rubbish. Fourth. Let's try again. Let's try again. Oh, do you see that? The time has slowed down. So it's easy to get first. Let's see if we can. Well, a lot of people said it was weird that the computer opponents slowed down in events, but they've always done it in these sort of series. It's just that it takes it to an extreme. Now look at that. That is 30.434 would have been enough to get first if I was racing against the opponent in the first race, because he only got 30.680. So there we go. That is another exclusive series taken to 100%. Now there was an outside possibility of going up percentage in exclusive, but I don't think that's going to happen. Still at 75%, yeah. Right, okay, so one more race, and then possibly I'll do the BMW, I think it was the M8. Aaron C. John says, if you watch ads every day until the game ends, you can get more than 4,500 gold, which is enough for the Ferrari FXXK Evo and maybe the 919 Evo. Yes, that is true. You could. And fingers crossed you're able to do it and that you get it. I'm going down a slightly different path. So I'm hoping as well that they continue to provide ads and also daily rewards. And my intention is to upgrade as many of the other cars that are a lot cheaper, because my focus is going to be overall that road collection percentage. So maybe I can't get it to 100%, but I reckon I can get it up to at least 95% and possibly as high as 98%. That will be my goal. But I fully understand your goal being get two of the best cars in the game. Fully understand that. It's not a bad plan. Best of luck with that one. Best of luck. I hope you achieve it. Next up, then, I'm going to do the Aston Martin at 46%. Just going to take this up to 50% and therefore earn 30 gold. That's not bad. Right, I'm just going to go left to right. So speed snap first at the Hockenheimring Grand Prix circuit. Right, it's just got me thinking. Let me just do a quick calculation. So 60 gold a day. So calculator. 60 gold a day. 60 times 77. Yeah, you're saying 4,500. If they do add all the way up to the 18th, it's 4,620 gold in total. Aaron Z. John says, I am not going to do that. I just commented for your knowledge. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. But you were 120 gold out. It's actually 4,620 gold you can earn. I haven't played the game for a while now. Oh, that's sad to hear. And he actually puts a face with a tear rolling down him. All right, can we do 155? There we go, 156. First place. So many sad people around at this moment in time. It is sad to hear. It is sad to hear. But I tell you what, I did find it funny with that don't panic button because there were a lot of people panicking. It's like, no, game isn't dead, but they've messed up again because they do it all the time. And yes, it is incompetence. Right, okay. And in fairness now, there's no incentive to overcome that incompetence. Because if somebody says to you, you're developing, they go, yeah, this game's got 3 months, you'd be going, well, I'm not wasting any time learning how the ins and outs of that game works. Doesn't make any sense, does it? So, right, speed record around Daytona International Speedway. I'm just going to go round it the normal way, just because I'm feeling like I need to do this properly. Not to say it's not proper starting from behind the start line. I'm just feeling like I need to do it today. Come on. Let's do it. 7, 6, 5. Only 5. Messed that up. Probably messed it all up. Well, let's see what we can do. Can we do better than 6th place? Fourth. Yes, first. Woof. Just before crossing the finish line. I reckon I could have gone quicker there as well, but I was a bit greedy just prior to the chicane. But there we go, 202.58 miles per hour. $30 gold. Only got 497 gold now. Let's leave that one there. Right, let's now go back to season 1, and let's do a race with the BMW. Sorry, it wasn't M8, M4 in Behemoth Blitz. 50.3 Grand Prix Circuit de Catalunya. We will make this the last race, and then we'll summarize what's been happening, what are my general thoughts at this moment in time, and talk about the next live stream with Real Racing 3. Right, bear with me one moment. Okay, and I'm back. Boom. Right. Let's go. Can I get a first place with this car? Or will it be another second? Now it's 6 laps. I reckon though, still approaching this first corner in the outside so that you're then on the inside. Just work my way through the field, cut over now all the way to the other side, inside, into 11th, 9th. Now somebody's flying off in the lead, that's not good. So Daisy. What's the bet in? My windscreen has got smashed again. Okay, into 5th. I'm going to push because I can see first is flying off in the distance. However, we do seem to be catching them up again, so that's okay. Right, there we go, 3rd. Okay. Oh no. Acceleration's failing. Acceleration's failing. Oh. Oh, it's still failing. So I've dropped all the way down to 7th, and that is 8th, and that is an absolute disaster. And that was all to do with acceleration failing in that long straight. So I think I've blown it now. I'm not going to win. Well, that was a bit of a mess. Okay, into 5th. Please don't fail again. Okay, so 4 laps to go, 3 cars to overtake, and first has shot off again massively into the distance. Oh, that's a disaster. Okay, so we're in 2nd, but we are way behind 1st. We've got 3 laps to try and catch 1st place. Come on, keep it together. Okay, 2 laps to go, and we are slowly but surely catching up to 1st. Okay. we may be helped out by the back markers here. There you go, into first. Helped out by the back markers because for some reason in the game, computer opponents cannot overtake back markers. I mean, they can eventually, but they're just rubbish at it. Put it my way, just bash them out of the way. Perfectly legal. Anyway, there we go. We are in first place by 100 yards. Final lap. Final race for today. Right. So it looks like we will get first place. There we go. Aaron C. John says, I probably won't be able to play any game until March, and the game ends right after it. So I just lost my mood. Okay. I understand that. The Monster Grow says, weird this acceleration failure, but okay. It's not a failure in the game. I think it's more to do with greasy hands on an iPad Air. It is apparently a known issue on iPad Airs with greasy hands. So, yeah. The Monster Crow says, I am happy that even if Real Racing 3 will shut down, you will continue, but with other games. I will indeed, sir, of course. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support there. Because other Real Racing 3 creators are in a difficult situation. Yeah, it's why my channel's not called The Real Racer or something like that. It's why it's called The Fifth Guardian, something that enables my channel to be independent of whatever it is that I decide to stream. Now, it does cause me problems with the algorithm, especially on YouTube, but I think in the long run it works out. Now, yeah, it means it's easy enough for me to just to switch to another game, and hopefully people that just like racing games will come and join me as they've done up to this point. Yeah. Aaron C. John says the acceleration failure made it more thrilling. Made it not thrilling. Oh, okay. I thought it made it more thrilling. It did for me because it's like, can I catch him? Anyway, there we go. Servicing the car. Right. Let's do a brief summary of what on earth is going on. What on earth is going on? Right. There we go. That's the end of racing for today. So the one thing I will say, again, here's an example. I'm on the home. If I go to the home page, if I just close the game, I haven't quit the game. It's still there in the game, the tablet's memory. So what happened for me yesterday is it was like that. I opened up the iPad. I just clicked on the icon for the game. It's immediately there. It hasn't had to go through. It's like it's preload up. I think it naturally goes out to the server. So again, that's going to be interesting. What happens after the 19th when the server isn't there. You have been able to play offline. People are correct in saying that. But there is this massive dependence on this whole game with the round hub, which requires you to be online. So if there is other rounds ending and it requires some form of connection to the server, which will at some point be gone, I reckon this game won't load up as it stands at this moment in time. I think another update would be required to completely break that link. Don't think it's going to happen. That's why I'm convinced now. This game, when they say it will be unplayable, what they actually mean is the game won't load up. I suspect they've been a little bit not accurate about what will happen because they may attempt to fix it, possibly, or they may not care. I think again they've tried to choose wording that's a little bit ambiguous. But in terms of what I've seen yesterday and what I see going forward, come March the 19th, 2026, this game I suspect won't load up and you won't even be able to do any racing. There we go. Aaron C. John says, player of Real Racing 3 can't make a sentence without errors. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, there we go. The series is player of games, not player got of RR3. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes. And my original intent for the player of games series was to do more than one game. So at some point that will happen. Oh dear. But I mean, on this channel, I've got 3 series, of which only 2 have started. I've got Player of Games and I've got Ride of Roller Coasters. There's a 3rd series that I've not even had chance to look at, which was Water of Movies, which was all about, my favourite movies. Just not even at the time. Just how it goes. Anything else I need to say about this? Yeah. Yeah, just enjoy the game while it's here. Assume that come the 19th of March 2026, the game is gone. I'm taking the stance that I'm just going to play it out, spend as much of the money as I've got as possible. I'm focusing on road collection. I've got a shed load of series to race in. Potentially, it's a total of about 20 series across all these series here and the exclusive series. And if that then earns me, as you guys have put in the chat, an additional 4,500 gold, that's more cars to upgrade, more series to complete, more exclusive series to unlock. I suspect I'll not get much further than 95%, but I'm going to have fun doing it. And I invite you all to do the same and invite you all to come and join me when I do my live streams. It's always good fun. Right, we've hit the 2-hour mark. Time to go. It's New Year's Eve. So the other thing I want to say is to wish you all a good New Year's Eve and a fantastic 2026. Hope it's a good year for you all, starting with tomorrow. No, I won't be streaming tomorrow, so it's already a good start for all of you. But I will be streaming again on Friday. More racing, lots of cars, lots of series. I hope to see you all there. Aaron C. John says the 4,620 gold doesn't include all other gold that you get from other rewards. Indeed, you see, there you've got it. Positive thinking, always positive thinking. Just so you know, by the way, let's just put it back on screen because it's hilarious. I've only got 497 gold now. That's not a lot of gold. Nevertheless, there we are. Right. If you did enjoy this video, me just going through why I think they accidentally, they didn't purposely messed up. They accidentally messed up. And I think they revealed what unplayable means going forward in Real Racing 3 after the 19th of March 2026. Interested in what people think when they rewatch this video, please put your comments in the chat. Let me know what you think, or in a future stream when I see you again, possibly on Friday. Okay, so yes, please give this video a thumbs up or a like. And if you'd like to see more of this content, then please look to subscribe to the channel, The Fifth Guardian, on YouTube, or follow The Fifth Guardian on Rumble. That being said, I hope whatever is left of your day is a good one. I'll see you next year.